Alright everyone, we are back with the finale of the 100% item and boss walkthrough of Mystic Quest. All we have left is the final dungeon, the final boss gauntlet, and the final boss. So that's what we will get to today. The winner of essentially the poll, poll that's been at the end of every video previously is Dragon Warrior, so we will start that project after this one is finished. It's still debating on which version to play. Because there's the NES, there's actually not a remake, but a report version on the Super Nintendo, as well as a pseudo remake on the Nintendo Switch. They did a lot of the early Dragon Quest games there. I won't be able to do the Switch because I can't capture the footage, but I'll find the best version of Dragon Quest 1 to play to go over that there. That's also not going to be a long series, so start considering what you'd expect to see next. But anyway, we'll get right to the first boss in the boss gauntlet, and we'll get this started. Okay, the first boss in the boss gauntlet is the Skullrus Rex. You recognize him from the Bone Dungeon. One of the interesting things about him is that he is actually susceptible to petrification. So what I'm going to try to do is Dragon Claw him until he dies. See, there he goes. Please don't. But now that we're done, we can just use our usual tactics to get rid of the two ninjas. Each of the bosses in the game, in the upcoming area, will basically... Seriously? Will come with 2 additional adds in addition to themselves. Ninja's also weak to petrification. Seriously? Thank you for missing. This is actually the second attempted recording of this episode. What, really? Is everybody just gonna miss today? Or I got hit by like 4 out of like the first 5 Doom dances. It was kind of ridiculous. Thank you. So we'll move on to the next boss. Alright, boss number 2 is the Stone Golem. Very much similar to the Ice Golem at the end of the Ice Pyramid. He is not weak to fire, but the Cerberuses are, so one flare spell will remove them, and then no quakes, no confusion. Then we just white and white, because I believe he's also strong against Earth, so Meteor will do less. But yeah, a lot of the bosses really don't do anything out of the ordinary. No super special attacks. He can petrify you. Obviously, I'm immune to it. Phoebe isn't, but you know, he can also confuse, but again, we're immune to that too. So it's really just, you know, spam your spells and heal up when needed. And third up, we have a copy of the Hydra from the Lava Dome. It is the Twin Head Wyvern. Not much to deal with here. He does do a lot of fire attacks. For some reason, Phoebe is strong against fire. Not really sure why. But so is the Wyvern, so can't really use Flare, just gotta spam Meteor. Paralysis. We'll let Phoebe recover. That is like probably the strongest like paralysis attack in the game. Most of them just do paralysis and that's it. That's the only one that does a hefty amount of damage as well as paralysis. Thunder is the single target Thunder Spell is probably his strongest attack. And there we go. And our final boss in the quadruplet of bosses is Zoo. Yeah, Meteor White should take care of the two guys on the side. The Chimera is strong against fire. So that's why we didn't use Flare. So I want to get rid of the two of them. Obviously the Thanatos can cure, so we don't want to do that either. Ow. But ultimately, yeah, he's weak to wind. Phoebe doesn't actually know Arrow, so White is her best bet. And of course... Please don't. Thank you. Thankfully, that worked out well, but I mean, ultimately, see, we are strong against wind. 6. That still did a crap ton, because of course it's a crit, but... Down. Attack me with it again, and yeah. She is weak against shoot attack, so I mean, Phoebe can do some pretty good damage with her weapon, but it's not worth it when Flare does 2.5 times, or when a White does 2.5 times that damage. Okay, so he didn't put it up, so we essentially get another free turn here, and he just goes straight to dead. Much easier than the first time. Okay, so after defeating Zoo, you will reach this room, which will have 4 red chests in it. Why these chests are red, I have no idea, other than, I guess, so they don't refill, so you can't go in here. But in this one would be 50 arrows, if you needed them. This would be 50 cure potions. This would be 50 heal potions. And I believe this is up to 20 seeds. I only needed 12. So, yeah, I mean, just didn't want anybody to say, oh, you missed a couple chests in there. No. I mean, it's just consumables. You wouldn't really need these if you'd been picking up stuff along the way. Alright, so we have the final boss, the Dark King. There are 2 ways to try this. We can try to fight him normally, and it is just a lot of the same of... that, or just cure him. It only works when Benjamin does it. That's 15,000 damage there. Of course, he can do pretty much every... Now that, I don't know why that heals him, but then he goes into his next phase, which is Weapon Man. I'm just gonna keep Phoebe healing. I think if I do this, will that send him into his next phase? Yes, it does. Okay. Now he's got phase 3, which is Spider-Man. Still think this is an option. This will just do damage, I believe. Nope, confusion. And then he goes, this is his final phase. It's much the same as the spider phase, but yeah. So that is it. That is the final boss. Now we just get the ending. We defeated the Dark King. But obviously, I don't want to show the ending because spoilers. I want you to, enjoy it for yourself. So that's going to be it for this video there. Again, you could do that fight just spam casting Flare and White and healing when necessary. Obviously, he can paralyze. Well, he can do most of the status ailments that he can do is paralysis, confusion, and petrification, and also an instant death attack. The only one that the hero can be affected by is the instant death attack, which is pretty rare. So you have to mainly just watch out for the paralysis breath on Phoebe, the silver web on Phoebe to confuse her, or the gold web on Phoebe to petrify her, and then, But if you're, stacked up with all your stuff, you're immune to all that, and mostly it's just a battle of attrition. It's really not that difficult. And of course, you just have Benjamin cure him a couple times to change phases and get, that there. But yeah, so the next game is going to be Dragon Warrior, so do stay on the lookout for that. But I do want to thank you guys for watching and, coming along as you have on this journey. I know it was very short, but I do want to thank you for your time. And, please do take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and enjoy the rest of your day.